go.
Hey guys, so I wanted to record another Dota video. I know I haven't been uploading much lately, but I kind of just took a break because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the channel. And I know what kind of general content I want to put out, but I'm talking about like options on types of videos, maybe new series I can make, just a bunch of different questions. But basically, I'm just going to let this run for a couple minutes while I talk about the start of this game and what happens in this game. So this is the Death Prophet game I played maybe about a little bit over a week ago, and we lost this game, my friend David and I. And, you know, it really sucked because I thought we were doing good this game, but in hindsight, you know, we weren't doing that well. So, first of all, the first terrible thing that happens in this game is I get completely out CS'd in mid. And this was very hard for me to CS in this lane. I couldn't do anything against him. I don't really play Death Prophet that much, and I also don't play against Kunkka that much. So the matchup, I'm completely unaware of anything really about the matchup. You know, he has Hidebringer to push the wave, and he has I believe he has higher damage than I do. I want to say. I'm gonna check. He doesn't have higher base damage, but he does have a quelling, which makes it harder to outlast him. All I have is the mantle, and I have my Crypt Swarm. In hindsight, I probably should have went more region and just spammed my Q even more to get CS, because Q only has an 8-second cooldown at level 1, and the cooldown goes down every level. So that probably would have been a good idea. But I wasn't able to. So I try to deny him when I can and stuff, and I try my best to CS, but it's not going that well. Mostly because you'll see at around 2 minutes, I'll show you what my CS is compared to his, and he has like double my CS. It's pretty bad. Here in like another 15 seconds. So this game, we lost this game. It went on for about an hour, and we were doing well in the beginning, but then we threw. And that's why this video is called like how to throw on Death Prophet or something along those lines. I haven't actually named the video yet, but it's gonna be something like how to throw on Death Prophet or how to throw in Dota 2 on Death Prophet or something like that. So right here, I'm gonna pause the game. I'm gonna look at Kunkka. He has almost double my CS, and even though it's 1 to 3, technically triple my denies. So as you can see, we're not doing well in that department. Luna has horrible farm. One of the big problems this game was our Luna. Our Luna didn't know how to farm. Look at, this is an off-lane Drow, and he's farming. Look at the Medusa. The Medusa also has pretty terrible farm, actually. So, in terms of that, you know, you would think that, you know, oh, the start of this game isn't that bad, but the thing is Kunkka has good farm, and he's gonna do a lot in the early game to buy time for this Medusa and this Drow to farm, even if they're not, you know, even if they're not doing that good right now. But meanwhile, this Luna isn't gonna farm that much, and I'm gonna get some farm, but not enough. So I figure this is a good introduction to the way the game is gonna go, and I'm gonna kind of just try to show some important kills, some important fights, and then I'm gonna show the part where we throw, and that's pretty much gonna be the video. So I'm gonna move on to the next important section. All right, so this next clip I want to show is pretty short. Essentially, what this is Witch Doctor and Luna get a double kill here, and pretty much they just chase down the Drow and the Grimshock, and they just get Luna gets a double kill. And at this point, you see Luna has 40 CS and 3 kills. And meanwhile, Kunkka kills my mid tower. Now look at Kunkka's CS. He has a tower and he has 70 CS and 7 denies. Meanwhile, I have 49 CS and 4 denies. We have 8 kills on our team, and they have 1. We have tower pressure on top and a little bit on bottom. Medusa has pretty terrible farm at 12 minutes with 27 CS and 2 deaths. And so you look at all this and you wonder, you know, how can you throw this? You have such a good lead early on in the game, and you know your CS isn't even that bad. You know, 55 CS. It's not you know the worst CS it could be. There are worse CSs. But you know you start to see stuff like this, and you start figuring out, oh, okay, this is what's happening here. So essentially, this Kunkka, he goes top and he gets a double kill. He kills the Witch Doctor and he kills the Luna. And this Kunkka is actually gonna make a lot of good plays in this game, to really shut down like our early game aggression, our early game dominance, and he's gonna buy the time that the Medusa and the Drow need to out carry the Luna, who's not gonna have enough farm even 1 hour into the game, where he should have been like long since 6 slotted, but he's not going to be. So I managed to get middle here. I should have secured the last hit, but I didn't. And meanwhile, bottom is getting pressured by Bounty Hunter and my friend playing Sand King, and you know Medusa's struggling, and you know Ogre Magi trying to help the Medusa. Meanwhile, top's trying to recover from being ganked. And so basically, like even at this point in the game, you figure, well, You know, you figure, well, you guys still have a pretty big lead, and we do right now, but it's gonna keep getting worse. So I'm gonna move on to the next clip. So right here, we picked up 2 important kills on the Kunkka and the Ogre Magi, and we tried to pressure bottom. At this point, my farm is looking a little bit better. I'm about to get my Yules, and I'm getting an Ags, because Ags on DP is pretty good. And so, you know, for the most part, you know, we're doing okay. Medusa's trying to farm. Drow, if you notice, has farmed a lot. Look at Drow's CS. Drow has a lot of CS, 72 CS. She has pretty much almost the same CS as the Kunkka. And I have similar CS to the Drow and the Kunkka. And then you look at someone like Luna, has some kills, but she has lower CS. And so, one thing you're going to notice in this game is as the kills start to stall out, farm becomes more important, and our team isn't able to farm as well as theirs. That's, I think, one thing that happened in this game. That's a problem. So, you know, we're being very aggressive because we're so strong at this point. It's 3-12, you know. So she gets silenced, she gets all her mana taken, she gets drained, and she dies. The Grimstroke tries to TP him, but he's way too late to save the Medusa anyway. I believe they're going to get Bounty Hunter here. He doesn't look like he can get away. He's going to get killed. And we pretty much back up after that, I believe. Luna and Witch Doctor get top, but, you know, if you can see what's happening here, the game is progressing. You know, you think, oh, well, all 3 towers dead by like 15 minutes. It's not that slow or whatever. All 3 tier 1 towers dead. It isn't that slow, but and right here, I think he might even kill the Drought here. It doesn't really matter. All these kills, all the kills in the world don't matter when what starts happening happens essentially. So, with pretty much like the early game explained, I'm going to move into the mid game and I'm going to show a couple important fights. In fact, I might just show this one right here. I think this is just another kill on the Grimstroke. I don't think this is that important because it's just another like kill on someone that was out of position. It's pretty much all it is. But pretty much, I'm just going to show like a couple important mid game fights and stuff where we started throwing. And then I'm going to show the late game fights. There were 3 fights in particular where we threw. And I think those really decided the game. So I'm going to show all that stuff next. Okay, so the next part I want to show here, this is kind of like the beginning of the throw. So I just wanted to show this off because I feel like this is like an example of our over-aggression in this match. And I feel like this is kind of what cost us the game. Where we were making a lot of mistakes. We were diving too deeply. We were like taking fights we shouldn't take and stuff like that. So right here, my friend gets it's not that bad of an ult, but we shouldn't have gone that deep. He gets caught and he's going to die here. And if you notice, I get the tower, but I get X marked, and even though I use it doesn't matter, you know, I'm still between 5 enemies, I'm gonna die. I try to TP, it's a waste of TP, I die. So notice we took the tower, but they killed Sand King, who had a killing spree. My friend playing Sand King, and they killed me, and the Drow got the kill on me, so more gold for Drow. At this point, Drow has, I want to say she has the highest farm in the game. Yes, she does. Drow has the highest farm in the game, she just got a kill. She has Treads, Dragonlance, and Maelstrom at 23 minutes, which isn't even that bad a farm. And if you notice, their position is actually somewhat secure, even though they had such a horrible early game. It's not even that bad. You know, it could be much worse. So they're actually doing okay. And, you know, us feeding kills isn't really going to help that at all. So that's just an example of one of, like, the earlier throw fights that we did. And right here, this is another thing that happened in this game. The Bounty Hunter just feeds his life for no reason. The Bounty Hunter feeds his life in this game probably at least 7 to 8 times like that, where he just gets caught out by Sentries or Dust and he just dies. That happened a lot in this game because that guy he was very aggressive and he didn't understand that you can't like try to like scout out like that with no one near you, especially when the enemy team has proven to have detection like over and over again. But yeah, that little fight right there where we took the tier 2 mid tower, that's just an example of the kind of throw stuff that started happening in this game after, you know, maybe after 20-25 minutes, we started kind of losing our advantage. And I'm going to move on to the next clip. So this next clip is pretty much us fighting to take the tier 3 bot and the bot racks. We have our whole team here. Actually, no, we don't have our whole team here. We have 3 out of 5 people here. Witch Doctor and Bounty Hunter are not here. So we go in, we kill Medusa pretty easily. David tries to get another ult, he gets silenced, he does some damage. We get the tower, Luna and I, and we start pressuring the racks. They're trying to defend. Bounty Hunter's walking over, and Witch Doctor's pushing mid to try to like maybe take mid after. Right here, you know, we kill 3. We get Ogre Magi as well as Grimstroke and Medusa. But then Bounty Hunter feeds. We manage to get the racks, but then we get a double ult here. And, you know, Luna dies. Sand King dies here, and, you know, they have a somewhat okay of a defense here now. It might look like we're really far ahead. You know, we're getting lots of kills. You know, we killed 4, they killed 2, and we killed more before that 4. So we killed like 5 or 6 people here, and we took a rack. Like, we're doing so good, you know. And it is, but in Dota you can like throw any game. It's like insane how hard you can throw in Dota. You can have the best game and just throw. And so see what happens here. What does it look like it's gonna happen here? You know, we're getting forced out. Medusa also slow us down. I get stunned here. You can imagine. I'm pretty sure I get picked off right here. I can't really move. You know, they have sentries for visibility. I die, and they also pick up the Witch Doctor here. So see, you got repelled, and who gets the kill? The Medusa got the kill on the Witch Doctor, and the Kunkka got the kill on me for a big chunk of gold. And the Kunkka is a pretty important player this game. He does a lot of good stuff for his team. He sets up a lot of kills. He does well in the team fights. He has a good build for the most part. You know, he does a lot. So him getting more gold, you know, that doesn't help us at all. So you see here, we pressured the mid tower. We did some damage. We took bot racks, but it's 30 minutes into the game. We can't kill them yet, and they're only farming more and more. Medusa has 130 CS. Draw has 150 CS. They're getting items. You know, even the supports have some items. You know, Ogre has his Midas. Grimstroke has an Aether Lens, a Glimmer Cape, and Arcane Boots, and he's building what looks like to be a Eul's. And, you know, so they're not out of the game yet. And, you know, the longer this goes, the worse it's going to get, because Luna isn't farming that well, you know, like in comparison to how she needs to be. And our team is winning throw fights. You see once more again, the Bounty Hunter gets caught for no reason. And he's feeding way too much gold. Look who gets the kill. Draw gets the kill, you know. And so I think you guys can see what's really going on here. So I'm going to move on to the next clip. So this is one of our last good fights that we have in this game. The way this starts is the Bounty tries to go on the Drow. He's trying to pressure Drow, but the team is there and they kind of just dump on him with everything. And he's taking a huge chunk of damage. Witch Doctor comes in, gets a nice stun, gets a good nail that can start ulting. He focuses the Magi. The Kunkka has BKB, so he's going to get away. But the Ogre Magi won't, and he dies. Following that, the rest of our team starts to run in. Snake gets a good stun here. He starts to ult, he gets to ult slow. He mostly hits the Kunkka with it. Gets a little bit on the Grimstroke and the Drow. He gets silence here, he's going to die. The Lunar just comes in, ults, and pretty much kind of just kills everyone besides the Medusa, who was farming and pushing bot. So then she just pushes bot. We kill 4 people. And then right here, you know, I wasn't even really a part of that fight that much. I just kind of came in at the end, so I have everything up. I'm at BKB, I have my Euls, I have my ult, I have everything. So I start to pop, I pop ult, and Luna is pushing top, I'm pushing middle. Medusa takes bot tower and then TP's back to try to defend, but it's just her against all of us. They can't do anything. So right here, believe it or not, we're actually going to take Mega here. She pops an ult, but it's pretty easy to avoid Medusa ult. Just walk back for like 9 seconds or whatever, however long it lasts. Just walk back and avoid it. So right here, we're going to take the racks. Mid racks we take, and then I still have my ult for another maybe like 15-20 seconds. So we're going to take top tower because ult does way too much damage. And we take the top racks too because it does too much damage, and Luna has the bounces. So we just clean everything up, clear the creeps, clear the racks, and that's Mega. So now we take Mega. We take Mega at 37 minutes, and this game lasts an hour, so you can see where this is going. And right here, I think Witch Doctor even kills. He might even kill the Medusa here. I'm not sure. He definitely did like a lot of damage. No, he didn't kill it. He fed his life. He wasn't able to kill the Medusa, and the Witch Doctor on the Ogre Magic picked up the kill, and he gets 750 gold. So these bounties and these kill spree giveaways are like huge chunks of gold that are just being handed to the enemy team repeatedly. Because he even gets a time for a multicaster. I wasn't even aware that happened. He gets a huge multicast, you know. So you see, he just has a boatload of gold to spend on whatever he wants. And so right here, you know, as you can see, we have the advantage, but I'm going to pause the game and I'm going to show something. So I'm going to go to net worth, and notice how Luna and I are leading, but Drow is the highest on their team with 237 CS, followed by Kunkka, who has 245 CS, and then we have Sand King after that, my friend playing Sand King, my friend David. Then we have Medusa. So all their carries, you know, they have farm. They don't. It's not like they don't have any farm. And we might have a net worth advantage because of all the towers and racks we've taken, but that's not going to last forever. So, you know, it's only going to get worse. All right, so basically what happens now is we take Rosh. Luna takes Aegis, and I take Cheese really quick. I just to get rid of my Null Talisman, and I take the Cheese. And so we start to push down mid, and this is the beginning of the throw. Because what happens after this is we basically have 3 bad fights in a row that make the game a loss. We all die 3 times in a row, And with the Drow and the Medusa currently having the farm they do, as well as the Kunkka having pretty good farm as well, you know, it's gonna end up as a loss, unfortunately. And I'm not really sure what we could have done different besides the fights we took, because the fights are pretty bad. So right here, as you see, Binary gets caught, takes a lot of damage. Senki jumps in. He tries to, you know, I guess he's gonna try to all here. It's my friend, but he kind of gets caught and just kind of like dies right away. And then, you know, I try to pop my ult, but Medusa ult, it goes through BKBs, precious spell immunity. I didn't even know that. So we have this horrible fight. We all feed, we all die. You know, we completely waste Aegis, like we waste cheese, we waste like everything, and we just completely all feed, and we don't even get a single kill. So this is a huge throw fight. It's a huge throw fight, and I'm gonna go back one more time so you can see. This is a long fight. So right here, my friend jumps in, he feeds, and you know he isn't even able to ult. We die. Then Luna gets caught in the Medusa ult. She dies. I get caught in the Medusa ult, and I'm taking longer than Luna did because I'm stronger at this point in terms of durability, but I die. Bounty Hunter and Witch Doctor died in the AoE, and then, you know, I'm like the last person alive, but I mean, I can't fight them all by myself, and I die. So we went in, we did an extremely aggressive fight that was unnecessary, and we threw, and we pretty much give them like a lot of gold, and I would love to even see like a graph or something. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to find a graph. The next clip, I'm gonna show something important. So right here, really quick, I just wanted to show this. I managed to find the graph. I forgot where it was, but the point is if you notice, we started having, you know, we had the advantage for like a long time, and you know it dips down, 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 and then if you notice here, right here, this is right where we are right now. You see it start to tick back up, and look at all these deaths. You know, all these deaths, you know, we start to have a bit of a swing, unfortunately, in the net worth, and you can't really, you know, like it's obviously in game, you know, you messed up when everyone dies, but seeing it on a graph is a little bit different. You see this huge spike in the gold, like almost straight up, at a very like harsh angle. The second we lost that fight, and you know, obviously this is gonna kind of continue as it goes on. So just wanted to show that really quick. So right here, I wanted to show the next throw fight, because like I said, there's 3 of them, and that's a bug on Luna. I don't know why I keep showing BKB, just because like I'm bouncing around in the replay. It's kind of annoying. But anyway, the point is, we're pushing bottom, and Sankey, my friend David, jumps in, and we kind of have like a bad initiation here. We kind of were trying to force a lot of the fights, and it was terrible. So right away, Bounty Hunter dies. David dies. Luna's right in the middle. He dies, and so does Bounty Hunter. Everyone dies, but the Witch Doctor, and then the Drow kills the Witch Doctor, gets a rampage. And so obviously at this point, you know, this is pretty terrible. We have like a bunch of huge throws in a row. We're not able to fight them, and this Medusa isn't really as competent as the Drow is. The Drow has way more kills, way more farm. At this point, if you notice the net worth graph, the Drow's at the top now. Luna and I are no longer top of the net worth graph. At this point, it's the Drow. I'm gonna open up the graph and look at this huge spike. Look at this was when that we lost the first fight, and look at this gigantic gold swing of like maybe 10,000 gold or more in the favor of the Dire. I mean of the Radiant. So we're playing Dire. So this huge gold swing happens. We have some buybacks here. I buy back. And you know they're pushing. But I can't do anything by myself. I just bought back because I didn't want to just not do anything, and I felt like I had to. That might have been a poor buyback from me. You know, in hindsight, probably was a bad buyback. But nothing I can, you know. I wasn't sure what I could do. I buy back. You know, I'm trying to do any damage. I don't really do damage at this point in the game. I don't have enough farm. I don't have enough items. You know, if you look at my farm, I have an okay amount of CS, but it could be better. My deaths are not that good. My kills are not that good. So I'm doing fairly poorly. Right here, I'm kind of just trying to harass them out of the base, and you know, we're doing a good job on making them leave. The Bounty Hunter's really trying to kill this Drow here, and I think he actually might get her, but no, he doesn't. And they get away. And, you know, they kind of just all back up, and so we lose Bounty Hunter again after he bought back. So that's a dieback, and we don't get anything. And they take our mid racks, and so that's our second throw fight. And so pretty much just one more final throw fight I'm going to show before the end of the game. So essentially at this point, if you notice, we had like a bunch of bad fights in a row. I didn't show the other fight, but basically all that happened is we pushed in here, and you know everyone died, and you know it's kind of like the same thing over and over, the same stupid mistake. But that time, not our whole team died, so they weren't able to push. We only lost a few people, and people bought back. But essentially, what happens here is we try to kill the Medusa and the Drow. The Medusa is like finally like super farmed at this point after an hour into the game, and the Drow is ridiculously farmed. You know, the Drow's like maxed out and everything. So they're just pushing, and we try to go on them. It's Luna, me, and the bounty. So we try to fight here, and this is a mistake. You know, we almost killed the Drow. If this Drow would have died here, they might have changed the game, but we weren't able to kill the Drow. We failed. So we just get killed here. There's not much we're able to do about it, and we just completely failed the fight. And Bounty Hunter even goes in to feed his life and not get a kill. And at this point, I buy back. But Sankey has no buyback, Bounty Hunter has no buyback, and Luna has no buyback because we all died and bought back previously. Witch Doctor is about to spawn, and he has buyback. And we're gonna try to defend here. I think we actually try to defend here, but I'm pretty sure I don't believe we're able to really do anything. He tries to ult here. He doesn't really do any damage. You know, it's kind of ineffective. And at this point, I just try to go in because I know we're going to lose if I don't go in, but the Drow's just DPSing from the back. David gets a really good ult on the Drow, and the Drow doesn't have BKB. We pop fort. We're trying to fight. Medusa kills me. I can't deal with the damage, and Medusa also kills Witch Doctor. He gets silent. David gets silenced here, and they just keep doing damage to us, and we can't really fight them anymore, and we lose. No Luna to fight. Nothing we're able to do, and we end up losing there, unfortunately. And that's pretty much the end of the game. And we weren't able to really do anything about it, unfortunately. We had a lot of fights where we threw our gold advantage, we threw our XP advantage, we let the Medusa and the Drow farm way too long, and our Luna wasn't really able to carry on her own. I felt like she took too long to get to a certain power point where she could really kill hard. She still had a lot of items, you know, if you look, the Satanic, the Butterfly, the Manastyle, and the BKB, but she wasn't even 6-slotted. Notice how she doesn't have Boot to Travel or a 5th item. Meanwhile, if you look at the Drow, 6 slot. I don't know why it's not showing the Boot to Travel. I think this is actually like an incorrect showing of the items, but she could have been better farmed, and the Medusa and the Drow had the right farm. Meanwhile, I made a lot of mistakes this game. I wasn't as well farmed as I should have been. I feel like I might have bought the wrong items at certain points, and I kind of made bad calls. And the rest of our team members also kind of played too aggressive, and we just played into the enemy hands. We picked bad fights, we threw our advantage, and we lost. So that's pretty much the game, and that's pretty much what happened. And I just wanted to show a game where I lost for once, and this was like one of the most memorable recent games where I lost. So this was the game I chose to show. Let me know what you guys think. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching.